Hey guys, Kevin here, and let's start with the installation process for C++. So the first step in doing it is, setting up a compiler, and we're going to be using MinGW as our compiler, and we're going to be using Msys2 to install the compiler. So let's get ahead with it. So here are the steps. I will make sure to let you know these steps down in the description that you can just copy paste the codes. So first of all, we need to head on to the Msys2 website. So let's just write Msys2 on Google and go to Msys2 installation. Now over here, you need to first find out what your PC is. Like, is it a 32-bit or is it a 64-bit? Doing that is pretty easy. You just go to settings, alright, and then you go to system. You scroll down, you go to about. Now Windows 10 and Windows 11, they're probably same. It's a bit different, but you can just search about over here. And over here you can see that my system type is a 64-bit operating system. So I am going to be installing 64-bit. If it's a 32-bit, you need to keep this in mind and then change accordingly the entire process. Let's click on 64-bit, and instead of doing that, what we can do is we can go to the main website, and over here we can download the installer directly. So let's click on it. This was 64-bit. Make sure, and we're gonna put it in a C++ folder. Now you need to locate it, so it's over here. Just double click on it. It will start running in a few seconds. Alright, so welcome to Msys2 64-bit setup. Click next. Now this is where you want your MSYS to be installed. It is recommended that you install it in one directory with where all your different other programs are there. I use my C drive, so just do it there. And we need to we'll be installing all the components, so let's click next. And yeah, we are done with the installation process. Now let's just click finish, and yeah, we'll run Msys2 as well. So here we have it. Now let's head back to our instructions, right? And yeah, so we downloaded it, we ran it, and we installed it. Now we are also running Msys2. Now we're gonna be using Pacman. So Pacman is short for package manager, and there are various different package managers available, but we are gonna be using Pacman because it's pretty simple to go through and easy. So we're gonna be typing Pacman dash sy capital SYU. Let's just hit enter and wait for it. Alright, so this is asking us to download some certain packages, and we're gonna be answering yes. So just write a Y and press enter. Alright, so we are done with this. Now let's just close this, and now we're gonna run msys2 msys. So if you just write it in your start, so sorry, my bad, msys2 msys. This is the app we're gonna be using. So multiple different interfaces are downloaded with msys2 when you install it, but this is the one we are gonna be using. We're gonna be using the same thing, but pacman dash su. Alright, so this is us confirming if everything has been installed, and it says there is nothing to do. So fair enough. Now we're gonna close this, and we're gonna be running msys2 MinGW 64 or 30, whichever you want. Right. So let's go to msys2 MinGW 64-bit. If you have a 32-bit, this won't be installed, and you will need to use this one. So let's just click on it. Now we are going to be running the following program: Pacman SSGCC. Now what this will do is it will list all the different packages available for installing the GCC, and we'll select one from them, one of them, and then we'll install it. So let's just wait for it. Alright, so we are just gonna go up. We are gonna go to MinGW64, and over there we're gonna be using this one right here. So we have MinGW64 and then C++ OpenMP, because that's what we are trying to install. If you wanted to install something like, for example, Fortran, you will be using this package. All right. Now, for people who have a 32-bit, you all need to you all need to copy this package, right? And then you need to copy that. We're gonna be using this one. All right. Let's just copy it and go down. Let's just write pacman s and then paste the package name that we just copied. Alright, so press enter and let's just wait for it to install this package. Just press Y because you want to install it. Alright, so we have installed our package. Now let's just confirm if it has been installed. So we just write gcc dash double dash version, and it will say that we have the 12.1.0. This is the latest one as of now, and g++ dash dash version, and it says that again we have the g++.exe latest version installed in our laptop PC. So now again now we have installed GCC. Now we need to install GDB. GDB is the debugger, and so we need that as well. So we write pacman dash ss and then GDB. Oh yeah. So yeah, one helpful thing is that if you press the upper arrow key on your keyboard, you can go back to the previous code entered. And yeah, so now we are going to be selecting the MinGW64. So let's just search for it. So MinGW64, and under that we have MinGW, this one. Yeah. We're going to be installing this one. All right. It's the GNU debugger for MinGW64. So let's just copy it and let's paste it over here and let's install it. All right, so that was a long time. So we have now finished with our GDB installation. Now let's just check if GDB has been installed properly. All right, so it can say that it says that we have the GDB installed. So now the last step is left, which is setting up the path environment variable. So what happens is that imagine that your PC has its entire environment. Now that needs the input of where our GCC is located. All right, it can't fetch it on its own. So we just need to head on over to files. Now I had installed it in my C drive. You could have installed it any of the drives. So go to C drive, go to MSY64 and go to MinGW64, then go to bin, and in the bin you need to go to GCC. Alright, here we have GCC. Just click over here and you'll get the path to it. Just Control C, copy it, and then you need to go to environment variables. Over here, click on environment variable and click on a new one over here. So just go to edit Uh, wait. So this is the thing, path. All right. Just click edit and then add a new one. Now, see if you see when I had installed it, I had already put this as a path. So I'll just delete it and put a new one. I had installed C++ on this computer earlier, so it had this path. And let's hit OK. Let's hit OK and OK. So now our the path to GCC has been registered in the environment, and now we are done with the installation of the compiler. One last thing that you should do in order to check if the path environment variable has been properly installed, you just to start, you just write command prompt, you open it, and then you write gcc dash dash version. So this will check if GCC is there inside the computer. So you just hit enter. It tells you that yes, we have GCC 12.1.0 installed. So that's it for the compiler basis. Now let's move on. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more of such tutorials. Follow me on Twitter at the red Kevin P. Karia. If you have any queries, let me know them down in the comment section or on this email ID, that is ask.kevinpkaria@gmail.com.